touch almost 1 ounce. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is the 20 volume. It does come out green. The color really has no specific thing to it as far as the color of the developer. It's just to kind of be cool. When you mix it through, I just fold it. I won't like that. I'll just kind of like fold it one way, fold it another way, and kind of mix it around until ever I'm happy. You have to kind of wait for it to kind of mix all the way thoroughly in. And then it gets thicker and thicker as it mixes up, just like any other lightener does. And it smells really good. So I feel like this stuff does take a little bit of time. If somebody's in a rush and they're like, have somebody processing, they need a little bit more, they have to take their time, or they're not gonna get the lift just like any other lightener. See how much thicker that's getting? This is how I like it. So it honestly, it takes a minute, but you gotta wait. This stuff is great, obviously, for balayage. We are masters of balayage. I use this for balayage and highlighting. For people who love to like open air paint balayage, like the traditional balayage, I 100% say, because it's not a clay lightener, it doesn't make a hard shell over the hair. It paints on like a traditional lightener, and then you have to encapsulate it with something, whether they choose to use saran wrap or foils or whatever like that. There are some people who are like, can I freehand paint this? You 100% can. You do not have to tone the hair because it is a progressive toner. So the longer you leave it on, the more toning agent that you're going to get to it. If they're wanting to glaze, I suggest, this is personal, just doing a clear shine just to shine it up the sail by maybe doing like a balayage to brighten up the ends or something like that. If they're so used to charging for a glaze, some of my clients they've been nervous about me not toning them because they've always been toned. And these are my full coverage blonde girls. So what I'll do is I'll do their service, and then I'll take the 10 volume with with the Luna lightener. And I will do like a balayage to brighten up their ends and just gently pull it through just to like give it that little toning help. And then I'll do a clear shine on them afterwards and still charge them the same. A couple of things that people have asked as far as like as they're going through and they're pulling it through and they're getting like purple on the hair when they're rinsing it through. It's more of them overlapping their lighteners and not being like careful on their hair. But if people are concerned about overlapping, say they're touching a tiny bit of root and they don't want to accidentally overlap or anything like that, I have been using some conditioner. So I'll touch up the root and then I'll just kind of like blend through the spots. Like if there's a little area I need to pull it down through, I'll use some conditioner just to protect the hair. Or after it's done processing, I'll like pull the lightener through a little bit as well. Pure sulfate, ammonia free. I feel like it's a lot gentler in the hair. I have always used Blonde, I've used it forever. It's always been what I've used. I would personally say that this is giving you more of a lift. It's a lot stronger. So if somebody is like already like level 7, they're gonna want to use a 10 volume. And I like literally need 10 volume. I do not recommend using a higher, like even putting 30 volume Blondor with this developer at all. I think that it's a little bit too harsh. Something that's kind of helped people understand where this is at, it's like Blonde Me, Blondor, Luna, as far as strength goes. And it actually has been phenomenal with my brunettes because then as I'm toning them to the color that they want to be, as far as a brunette, say like a gold beige, it's taking out that wonky yellow color that I feel like, or orange yellow color that I don't have to correct out. No matter what lightener that I'm using, we always check on them every 10 to 15 minutes. I'll just take my fingernail, like you probably should use your actual fingernail, or I'll take like a glove or like a little wipe test a little bit to see where I'm at, and I'll always make sure I have a little bit touched up. You don't want to leave a spot, obviously. It is kind of hard to see through the hair, because it is a progressive thing. So people might leave it on a little bit too long thinking that it's ready to come off or it's not ready to come off. You have to be able to look at it and determine it like that. I personally say no longer than 30 to 45 minutes on most lighteners, and no heat. This stuff is designed for no heat. So low and slow and thrice, even with balayage, they got to take their proper sections and so on and so forth. So if people are struggling saying that it's not doing what they're wanting it to do, they might need to go back to their sectioning and how they decided to approach their technique. With Masters of Balayage, we really do try to teach people and encourage them to like low and slow to protect the integrity of the hair. If people are so used to using 30 volume, totally fine. They're welcome to try it, experience it. I don't personally recommend it. Saturation is super important too. So if they're saturating it properly, then they shouldn't have any issues at all. Solely, I've been using this behind the chair to experience it, to just like play with it. Everybody has been perfect. It has been great, especially for my bright blondes. We're in Florida, everybody wants to be blonde. Like I do blondes like 24/7, and it's been really, really, really nice. My balayage brunettes, also really, really nice. I was hesitant, and that's why I mentioned the brunette thing, because I was like, okay, am I gonna get what I'm looking for? I have a video, I just did it yesterday. It's amazing. If you wanna see it, it's over a brunette. I didn't even tone her. Like I have a picture and everything. It's phenomenal.
We'll post
but
it.
I was like, I will post it. I didn't get to that yet. But I actually posted her after last night. But it was just so good. If people are questioning how to use it or anything like that, like, and they want like to watch something, have them go to my Instagram and watch the videos. If I was trying to get somebody out quick, I would use the 20 volume and watch it carefully, of course, just like any other lightener that you should use. But you are skipping your toning step, so you do get your expedited time in that time frame. So they might have to sit maybe an extra 10 minutes, but you're not spending that extra 10 minutes at the bowl. At Masters of Balayage, we are using B3. At Premier, I'm not joking, every girl that I touched with this, we didn't tone them at all. Like, zero toner. So all those models, and that was like real deal. Like we're in the back shampooing them, no toners. It was very hard for me at first because I was like, "Are you sure?"
Did you bring toners with you, or did you not have?
I had no toner, and it's been really, really awesome actually behind the chair.